guys? I was wrong. So, I was scrolling through YouTube last week trying to figure out everything that I could about 1.1 and the Porsche collab. And all I saw was doom posting, doom posting, doom posting. And it got me thinking, is it really impossible for me to get the Porsche? Like, surely there's got to be some way that I can get this Porsche. It can't really be a scam. There's no way that it's going to cost me $200. So I started digging. I did like 5 minutes of Google searching and like 10 minutes worth of math. Because at this point we had already started getting the information from the CN servers. And the math supported the idea that you could entirely get the Porsche collab for free. And I'm not going to name any names, but there are some YouTubers with quite a bit of reach that have basically been advising everybody that, this is going to break your account. Everyone's too broke for this. You can't afford it. You don't want to risk it. And looking in the comment sections of a lot of the videos that I've seen, there's people that, they just genuinely wanted this thing. And now they're discouraged away from doing it. So I decided to make my own video. And I did. I called it $5 Porsche, how to get the Porsche for $5 or less, a free-to-play guide. And that video blew up like overnight. It's right now sitting at like 5,000 views. The math is right. I did a follow-up pull or skip video, kind of further breaking down that math, and giving everybody, the appropriate warnings, and caveats and advisories, as far as like, you do get enough rewards to pull the entire thing, with a couple caveats. Granted, if you didn't prepare, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to pull Lacrimosa, and that may actually be the trap. Based on the rewards, the maximum amount of pulls that you could get from 1.1 is about 72, which doesn't guarantee a character, meaning that the rewards from 1.1 actually only guarantee the Porsche collab and none of the other limited banners. But I'm not going to rehash all the math and everything like that because that's already been done in 2 videos now. But that's not the point of this. What I'm seeing now is that over the past couple days since my video was posted, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that I changed the conversation, but there's a lot more positive videos surrounding the Porsche collab now, and there's a lot more people saying that it's entirely, affordable for free to play. And so I hope that if you are free to play, you are not discouraged from pulling the Porsche collab banner. Do not get scammed out of a good time by doom posting, professional, paid gotcha influencer, no life, free to play Chad, otakus that are saying, oh, the game is cheeks. The game is a scam. The game is a ripoff. And don't like see these videos by these people who are, like they're Genshin players or they're, woo-wah players. Like, this isn't a Genshin clone. This isn't Wuthering Waves. It's not Tower Fantasy. It's not Arknights. This is a slice of life, light horror, action-adventure, visual novel presented as a gacha with clear influences from some pretty groundbreaking titles in gaming, and loads of pop culture fan service. NTE isn't just another Genshin Killer clone. And it's not anime GTA. It's uniquely NTE, and it pays homage to the other greats. And it's obvious that the dev team put a lot of love into this game. Even so far as like down to the voice actors that they chose. So I can confidently say that, you know, I was wrong. NTE is not just some quirky little cash grab Wuthering Waves clone with an anime GTA gimmick. This is clearly a game for gamers, made by people who love games just as much as they love making money. You know, Grand Theft Auto, Yakuza, Persona, Ace Attorney, Forza, Tetris, dating sims, tycoon games, management sims, plus enough JoJo references to make an otaku say Muda Muda. All of this they wrote love letters to in NTE. And if you only care enough to explore the depth of the game beyond the main story, you'll have unlocked all that extra gamer first goodness. You know, do they excel at any of those things clearly inspired by other games? Honestly, not really. I mean, is the racing Forza? Absolutely not. No. Is the city life GTA? I mean, you can rob people and they'll call the cops on you, and if you resist the police, they'll send stronger cops until they eventually put you down or put you in jail. Or you escape and your wanted level cools off. But that's where the similarities end. You know? Oh, well, I guess there's another similarity. If you're on the railroad tracks and you get hit by the train, you wake up outside the hospital. So I mean, there's clearly things that they drew inspiration from, but NTE isn't trying to be any of those things. It's offering you the ability to enjoy the things that you already love while exploring this amazing world that they've built for you. And that's the real core identity of Neverness to Everness. It's a love letter to fans of gachas, to fans of gaming, and all things anime, kawaii, sugoi. Like, it's honestly, like, I mean, look at the gacha even. You know, there's no 50-50 here. You know, so if you pull the S, you get the S. Comparatively, when you're looking at other gacha games, it's extremely generous in that aspect. And even if you look at like the pull rates, even the pull rates are generous in comparison to other games. It's not like, you know, it's not like, I mean, I hate to use Genshin for an example, but it's the main one that I have experience with. I mean, I've played a couple different gacha games, but Genshin is the closest thing to this game that I've played, and I'll be honest with you, that game became a chore after a while and I quit, like a couple years ago, you know. If I logged into it right now, I guarantee that all of my characters, some of whom were like the best at the time, have probably been power crept into the basement. You know, they're probably meaningless now. And Genshin, I can tell you for a fact that I probably spent like upwards of like $500 on that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this game, on the other hand, I haven't. You know, I spent, let me see, I think I've spent about $50 on this game. And I already have almost every S character. The only two characters I don't have are Hathor and Hotori. And I skipped Hotori, and I can pull Hathor anytime I want. She's part of the standard banner, you know? So, this game has been extremely generous. In 1.0, I pulled Nanoline at A1. I got 2 copies of her in 57 pulls. 57. And all of those pulls were free. Because of all of the resources and gift codes and everything that they gave us in 1.0. You know? I think that when I first heard about this game, you know, and I saw like trailers for it, honestly, I saw an ad on Facebook and I was like, oh wow, look at that. They got an anime GTA game. Oh, and it's a gacha game. Oh, I might check that out, you know. And yeah, I looked things up on YouTube, of course, about the game. And I followed up these, you know, gacha YouTubers, gacha influencers, and like this isn't even like their game. Like they're not sponsored to play this game. You know what I'm saying? Their main game is like Wuthering Waves or like Arc Knights or something like that. And so when they're giving their opinion of this game, they're giving it as somebody who I don't really want to speak on other content creators like that because, you know, I don't really want to misspeak or be out of place. But I just feel like they're reviewing the wrong game, you know? A lot of the videos that I watched, like to finish my thought from before, when I first started the game, was from like all these tryhards, half of whom were saying the game wasn't even that good, and I've had a blast the entire time I've been playing this game. I've been having an absolute blast. Likewise, the more that I look at their content and the more that I look at their videos, like it becomes glaringly apparent to me that they're looking at this through the lens of a game where the main focus of the game is the combat. And in NTE, that's just not so. Most of the fun that I've had in this game has just been driving around the city and like finding random stuff that they put into this game. Like, I guarantee a lot of you have probably not even been to the train station because you've just been, you know, doing anomalies, just been doing your story quests. Like, have you even gone to any of the toy shops? Like, have you played the claw machine outside of the Tagito mission? You know? Have you played any of the gacha machines? There's gacha machines in the game, if you didn't know that. I have an entire Kokoro Rider figurine collection. You know? I have the Asahi Inori figurines, and the Super Fluff or whatever it's called. And I've completed all those collections. I'm actually waiting until they release the Kokoro Rider plush, because it's listed in the index, but it's the only one I don't have. You know, like there's so many things to do and collect. There's so many different things you can see. There's so many different sites. Like, just like in real life, you can go somewhere and get a pretty cool perspective and get really cool pictures of all the views of the city. You can drive around the coastal highway for as long as you want because it loops around. I fail to see where they are getting these impressions that, oh, well, this game is cheeks, this game is mid, this game is la la la. Like, okay, yes, some things definitely do need refinement. Like, I made a 10-15 minute long video, I think a 20-minute long video about the racing in NTE, the online racing. Originally, it was just supposed to be cataloging the bugs, and I was making the video so that I could send the link to Zendesk, because they asked me to provide video of some of the bugs and issues that I was having. And the file size was just too large, so I decided to put it on YouTube. Um, and while I was making that video, having been in talks with the Zendesk about the various issues, and not just racing, they came out with like 2 hot fixes, and both of the hot fixes both targeted racing, and both of the hot fixes, the specific issues that they targeted in racing were issues that I specifically brought to the dev team. And I mean, of course I know I'm not the only one, but you know, it's become very apparent that this studio cares about the feedback of their community. This isn't the first time that we've seen firsthand how they respond to feedback from the community. And they've already proven that they're willing to make things right, when they can, however they can. So, you know, I didn't realize this about the game, and so because I was building my account around following these, gotcha tryhards, I kind of, I blew through the story. Like, I have a good idea of what happened in the story and, where we're at. I understand the Scarlet Letter organization. I still don't get exactly why they do what they do or what the beef is. But again, like I said, I was blowing through the story so that I could get to the menus, so that I could unlock all the features and functions, so that I could unlock my mailbox and get my rewards and, secure my pulls and, do this and do that. And yeah, my account is set up pretty good, but I have been taking time here lately to kind of stop and smell the roses. Go around town, go on dates, go hang out, do the city hangouts, go just mess with the NPCs. A lot of the NPCs are just dripped out. They're not even, some of them obviously are very generic and dress alike. But then you, of course, every now and again you come across an NPC that looks like they're a main character, and they're not. They don't even have a dialogue option. They're just there. But after playing through 1.0, building my account from day one, pushing the combat systems, buying property, racing, farming the heists, exploring the city, collecting, the upgrades and the anomaly furniture, and building the teams, and actually living inside of the game systems, my first impression that this game was just another, Genshin Killer Woo-Wok clone, with a little GTA anime gimmick, a little cash grab, I don't think that anymore. It's not a Genshin clone. It's not a Wuthering Waves clone. They clearly know that people like that game, and that's why we have the Esper cycles, which is clearly outros. You know what I'm saying? It's not Tower of Fantasy. Lots of people are familiar with Tower of Fantasy, which is Hota Studios' previous engagement, and a lot of people have not so good and not so fond memories of Tower of Fantasy. So, I think that this is Hota Studios' attempt to make things right, and again, this it's not even anime GTA. And Hota Studios has even said that themselves. They never said it was. It's a slice of life, light horror, action adventure, visual novel, city life, racing, dating, tycoon, gacha, RPG fever dream. It wears the skin of a gacha game, but underneath that it's clearly a love letter to games and anime and pop culture and the weird joy of having too many fun things to do in your downtime. I mean, there's pieces of GTA, Yakuza, Persona, Ace Attorney, Forza, Tetris. You know, there's Tokusatsu. You know what I'm saying? Kamen Rider. Got JoJo. All kind of stuff just mashed together into one strange, quirky, stylish, but charming and chaotic package. Does it beat any of those games at their own specialties? No. The racing is leagues beneath Forza. The city is nowhere close to as alive as Grand Theft Auto. The life sim is not Persona, you know? The management layer is not a full tycoon game. You know what I'm saying? The mystery segments are in the horror. You know, it's not a dedicated horror game. You know, they're sprinkled in there, and every now and again there was like one or two things that genuinely creeped me out. Like the one in this after school, that anomaly, I actually still haven't done that one because I don't like weeping angels, and they put that in the game. I don't like it. You know? So like, I mean, like, really, like they could honestly write a horror game, to be honest, with some of the writing that has been in this game. And that's mostly just in like the side quests and anomalies, like not even from, you know, the story. Though that last arc of 1.0 was a doozy, I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's not trying to replace any of those things. You know what I'm saying? NTE isn't trying to replace any of those things. It's letting you enjoy flavors of all those things while exploring its own world. You know what I'm saying? Building your own account, collecting your own characters, decorating your home. Do you guys even decorate your house? Like, do you have decorations? You know, you have to upgrade your collection level to increase your like tycoon level, and I think it was like one of the challenges for the circular bounty for the season. So I'm assuming that you have some furniture at least, right? You know, like driving your own cars. You know what I'm saying? Discovering weird little pieces of content that, you know, most people will probably miss if they only rush the main story and complain. You know, that's the real identity of NTE. It's a love letter to people who actually like games. It is made by people who clearly love games, anime, fan service, references, systems, collectibles, weird side content, just as much as they love making money. And yes, it is still a gacha. Yes, it wants your wallet. Yes, the monetization is real, the FOMO is real. 1.1 is gonna test people. But do not let doom posting scam you out of a good time. Do not let people who only see every game through the lens of, is this the next Genshin killer, tell you what this game is. You know what I'm saying? Do not let paid gacha brain discourse convince you that if a game is not perfectly optimized for no life free to play grinding, then it has nothing to offer. Okay? 1.0 was kind of messy. It was janky. It seemed like it could have been really expensive. It was underexplained. It had too many menus. It had bugs. It had systems hidden behind menus, hidden behind systems. But it was also charming and ambitious and weird and stylish, generous in places, greedy in others, and way deeper than I expected. So, yes, I was wrong. NTE is not just some quirky cash grab anime GTA gimmick. It is uniquely NTE. You know? And the scam is not the Porsche. Okay? It's not the Porsche. The scam is letting people who have barely actually explored the game, and I don't mean the tasks in the game, the grind in the game. I don't mean doing their chores. I mean people. I mean, don't let people who are just no-lifing this game convince you that, you know, you shouldn't try to get your hands on whatever you want. Because this game, it simply, like I said, it's not even a combat-focused game. So all of this paranoia about, you know, the resources are finite, and characters, and power creep, and, you know, characters over cosmetics. Man, this whole game is like 80% cosmetics. Like, from the houses, to the cars, to the posters, to the aquariums and fish tanks, to the plants you can have, to the, I mean, like, the different colorways of the furniture, like, it's all cosmetic. It's all cosmetic. Like, yes, there is a gacha that if for some reason you really feel so compelled, you can spend money on. I like spending money, and I really wanted as many of the standard banner characters as possible. And yes, that's what I spent my money on, was standard banner characters, the mining permit, and the battle pass. And I think I got like one or two of the double up first time purchase bonuses, so that I could get some extra pulls on the standard banner without burning through all my resources. But you know, other people that are playing this game completely for free will still have had probably pretty good experiences with their pulls. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of even the no-lifer YouTubers who are doing these videos. I mean, you look at their teams. You look at their teams, and you're like, either they have insane luck, or, you know, off stream, they're using a secret superpower known as the power of wallet. You know, and since this game doesn't have like a VIP level type of thing, you would never know unless they happen to click on the shop screen. Well, you know what I'm saying? So just keep in mind, like, if you're just playing this game to have fun, doing whatever you want to do in this game is not going to ruin your experience. Because from everything we've seen thus far, there's no reason for you to be, you know, paranoid over missing characters, or, you know, how finite the resources are. You have the baseline is being developed right now, you know. So everyone who is saying that, I'll put it this way: everyone who has Nanaline and Hotori, and they're telling you to skip 1.1, skip the Porsche collab, you know, skip Chaos, or skip Lacrimosa, or, you know, you should save everything and don't spend anything, just wait for 1.2, 1.3, wait for 1.4. Bro, if you want the Porsche, get it. They guaranteed you enough rewards. You can earn enough rewards to get it. You can earn enough rewards to pull for either of these characters. It'll be tough if you're trying to get Lacrimosa because she's first, and she's leaving first. And I doubt most people will be able to farm up all of the resources to get enough pulls to get her. But You know, if you have even a little bit of pity on the board and even a few dice, that goes a long way. It really does. In my puller skip video, I showed how you could basically guarantee her in 1.1 technically, even if you had only 7 dice and like 12 pity and like less than 800 annulus, you could technically still secure her with all of the rewards that you would get in 1.1. It would be like 96 pulls total, I want to say, functionally, with your pity. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it can be done, you know? It's just, like, theoretically, the chances don't look so great. So, if you're trying to pull for Lacrimosa and you don't get her, then you just leave pity on the board. But that's not bad, because in this game, the pity carries over. So if you don't want chaos, then leave the pity on the board, and guess what? In 1.2, now your chances of getting the character you want are even better. And if you do pull Lacrimosa, I'm assuming that's why you were pulling for her anyway, it wasn't to build up pity, you should be satisfied. So, you know, when these no-lifers are, like, telling you, you know, do this, do that, take it with a grain of salt. Even me. Like, I'm literally just cataloging my experience on this game and using it to give you guys information that will be beneficial to you. What you do with that information is entirely up to you. I try to keep my opinion out of my videos when I can. This is probably going to be the only, like, op-ed video that I got, aside from, like, the puller skip video, I guess, was, at the end, it was a little opinionated. But that was only because I did want to eventually give my opinion, rather than just, you know, all the numbers. But, you know, do not get scammed out of having a great time, because this game is so fun. I stopped trying to play meta like a week and a half ago. And the reaction to 1.1 hitting CN servers and just seeing how people have been so flip-floppy and wishy-washy and so negative about the limited collab and everything like that, just solidified my position even further. So, I'm going to continue making NTE content. I guess I'm doing this now. I'm a truck driver, so the scheduling of these is kind of tough, and making these videos is very difficult because I'm doing all of this on my phone. But I really enjoy this game, and I want to help other people enjoy this game. And, you know, like I said, last week, all I saw were just negativity about the Porsche collab. So I made my own video, and now it's clocking about the same amount of views as some of these very large channels, you know. So if you're seeing this video, if you saw that video, I really appreciate you for being here. Don't get scammed. Don't get scammed. Do not get scammed out of a good time. Do not let these guys scare you out of having fun. Alright, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one.